Middle-class economics means helping working families feel more secure in a world of constant change. It means helping folks afford childcare, college, health care, a home, retirement. And my budget will address each of these issues, lowering the taxes of working families and putting thousands of dollars back into their pockets each year.
President Obama is determined to ensure that we live in a world where everyone has to be financially concerned about everyone else. The phrase paying your fair share is back in political play, but there's a side to all this no one wants to talk about. Perhaps it would be too difficult to address. Listen, more shakeout from the State of the Union. We welcome into Midpoint conservative talk radio host who has been angering the left since well before Barack Obama was even in office. Pate joins us here in the studio. Lou, pleasure to have you in the show.
Great to see you, Ed. Thanks for having me on.
Here we go. Let's talk about middle class. Well, first of all, before we do that, your immediate reaction to the president's marvelous, and I'll say this about left or right, it wouldn't make a difference, the marvelous theatrics.
He's great with the theatrics. I was watching, but I've seen this speech 100 times, Ed. I could have given this speech. I was watching, and I was starting to do the junkie nod. I really was, because I've seen, this is the 2008 campaign speech tweaked with, he added in all of his alleged successes, which all were blatantly false. But I could have given this speech. You could have given this speech. We've all heard it before. But yeah, he did have a flair for the dramatic, but he also, to me, sounded like a petulant child at times, especially when he got snooty, like, I've won 2 elections. It's like, yeah, we know that. That's why you're standing up there. I mean, newsflash. But yeah, I felt he was like a petulant child.
All right, then let's deal with the one big gun that everybody's still talking about from this. It's the attack. First it was the war on women. Now it is the war on the middle class, it would seem. Here's a comment from the Baltimore Sun today in their editorial pages that says, wait a minute, middle class, all this is a no-brainer. It's more like common sense. The rich do indeed need to give their money to make sure their money goes to helping the middle class. No doubt about it. All right. So
Why? I mean, look, I look at it this way. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's like no one in this country is denied the opportunity to become Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or Sergey Brin or any of these guys. It drives me insane. No one's being denied an education. No one's being denied housing. No one's being denied the chance to go to college. Yes, it's expensive. I paid for my own college, but it was difficult. I opted out of having the Camaro of my dreams, and I didn't go out. It can be done. It has been done.
But the left says it's the wealthy there, that 1% of 1% of 1%, they set the jobs, they set the rules, they set everything that's done. That's why we, the middle class and the lower class, cannot succeed.
Then how did Barack Obama, who comes from a broken home, only met his father twice, his mother was some flippy, hippy-dippy out there, raised by his grandparents in Kansas and Hawaii, how did he do it? It doesn't become much more dysfunctional than that. And, oh, did I mention he's black? Because they're the ones who are supposedly targeted by the mean upper crust 1%. No one is being denied an opportunity unless they deny it themselves.
So how do the Republicans then fight back on this without basically seeming like a bunch of fat guys, fat cats who only want to hang on to their money?
Well, that's a difficult one because they've painted themselves into a corner as a bunch of angry white guys who don't care for anybody else. And that's what the speech was all about yesterday. I don't know if they can unpaint that corner right now. They started with Joni Ernst yesterday. She was out there, a new face, a woman, a combat veteran. But they've got a long way to go because basically the Kool-Aid that Obama and the Democrats sell to everybody, especially the young people, because my nephews bought it when they were young, but they've since come out of it now that they're into their late 20s, is that we care about people. Republicans don't care about people. That's all it is. Whether it's Social Security, whether it's immigration, we care about the people. They don't care. And right now, they've got the media on their side. So no matter what the Republicans do, the media is going to sell it at their bunch of white hate mongers who do not care about people while Democrats do.
Minute left here. Tom Coburn's waste book is coming out where he talks about all the waste. I got it right here. $25 billion in waste from 100 projects. Why aren't we going after this money? Because if you go after this money, take this off the table, couldn't that be used to help the middle class instead of pushing another tax?
It could be. That's an excellent idea. The problem is, the problem's on both sides. Everybody wants to make cuts except for their pet projects. I want to cut your projects, but you want to cut my project, but I don't want to cut my project. So everybody is there a little. That's like the
everybody's got to give a little somewhere.
I know, but nobody wants to.
Except the president doesn't seem to be willing
Nancy
to give.
Pelosi wants her $3,500 a week in flowers or a month in flowers, whatever it is. Nobody wants to cut their pork projects, and nobody wants. So they just keep quiet, so they won't take from each other. That's a little dirty secret.
Did the Republicans' 15 seconds have enough leadership in order to get through this and make people believe that they're not a bunch of greedy white fat cats?
From what I'm seeing, no. I don't think John Boehner has a good plan. I don't think Paul Ryan does either. No, unfortunately, I say that reluctantly, but it's the truth.
All right, let's have you back again soon. We'll talk
Thanks
about
for
it.
having me. I appreciate it.
Maybe if we get back to that point, and maybe they will understand a little bit.
I hope I'm wrong.
Let's hope you are as well. Lou Pate joins us right here on Midpoint. There are those who insist millennials will save America. Others who won't believe it until they see the younger generation get off the lawn. Let's deal with the reality after the break. Right here on the program, the only show that questions everything. This is Midpoint.